Hey, live. What's going on, man? Hey, man, I heard it was cold. It's getting cold. All right, sure enough, cold here where I am. Anyway, y'all got to excuse the noise, man. I'm at the airport in Jersey. So look, man. Today's Thursday, so y'all know what we do, right? We're gonna have another financial conversation. So I'll try to get to it today. Kind of make it as short and sweet as possible. But the topic of the day, or the nugget for today, is we're talking about financial roadmaps. And what does that mean exactly, right? So when we're talking about financial roadmaps, there are a few questions that I think that needs to be answered or asked. And then once you ask those questions, you can get into kind of finding out the answer. Before we get into the roadmaps, I'm gonna give you guys this, right? So some of you may have seen it, some of you may haven't, but I'll show you, right? So you need to understand what this is, right? Obviously, success on the left and what people think it looks like, and then on the right, you have success, but it's, what success actually looks like, how difficult it is to get there, so on and so forth. So take a mental picture of that, take a physical picture of it, and understand what's happening, right? It's gonna be a long road. You're gonna make a lot of detours and lefts and rights that you maybe didn't anticipate, but you keep pushing, you'll get there. Okay, now, so with that being said, all right, so the first question with a financial roadmap is, you should be asking yourself, why are you going, wherever it is that you're going, right? Why? What's the end goal? What's the reason? Why am I going there? Right? I think the second question you should probably ask yourself is, where are you going? Which is maybe most important, right? You need to know where you're going. And then, right, I think a third question, some people may not agree, some people may agree, but you need to mark your starting point, right? Don't forget where you started from. Some people say, don't look back. Honestly, right? I'll tell you guys, people do it all the time. They just give it another fancy name, right? Because a fancy name for reaching into your past or looking back is called reflecting, right? So people reflect all the time. Some people say you shouldn't reflect until you get to where you're going. Some people kind of rather reflect on the journey or in the middle of the journey. I know I've had a problem with reflecting or enjoying the process, and then I try to wait until I kind of achieve the goal and reflect. I'm trying to change that, right? So I don't really agree with it, even though that's a bad habit that I've kind of had. So enjoy your journey, reflect on your journey, but understand where you started from, right? Because if you don't, you can't really understand where you're going. So anyway, kind of getting into it, right? So what does all of that mean? You don't have to be all fancy, man. You don't have to go out and get no financial planner or no financial advisor, or do just like we did in middle school, right? You sit down and you write it out on a piece of paper, right? You write out where I'm starting. Hey, where are my finances? January 1, 2019, right? And then let's fast forward and say we're at November 1, 2019. Hey, where are my finances now? And in between time, it's okay to be checking, right? It's okay to check every 2 months or every other month or whatever the situation is. Again, that's reflecting while you're in the process. Right? The second question I asked you was, where are you going, right? You need to know where you're going. Hey, what's the end game? What am I trying to do here, right? Am I trying to buy a house? Am I trying to put myself through college? Am I trying to invest in business? Because understanding where you're going, or understanding where you're trying to go kind of ties into why you're trying to go there, but it'll help you form, right, some sort of system. Because when you have a system, when you understand where you're going and why you're going there, right? Let's say if you got to save aggressively, certain months versus other months, you can understand that because you have a laid out plan, man. So again, man, I think having a roadmap is important. Right? I got another little mental picture for y'all. So what you want to be successful at, I just gave you guys kind of a mental picture of what success is, right? Success may be left and wealth may be right. Reward may require you to have to turn around. Risk may be, wherever success is, and teamwork may be in front of you. The question is, right, is which one do you want? And that goes into understanding where I'm going, why I'm going there, and where I started at. Right? If you don't understand those directions, those cardinal directions, then you can't, I can't go forward if I don't know actually where I started. Or I can't go left if I don't know where I started. You can go left, but you can also be going in a circle. You just go left, and end up where you started at. You know what I mean? So you have to know. It's important, right? They all tie into one another. Again, take another mental picture of that, right? Take a physical picture of it and understand, hey, what I'm trying to do and where I'm trying to go may require me to do some things that I wasn't anticipating doing. And if you know that, then you'll be okay ahead of time. It's really not much more to say, right? It's not rocket science, guys. One step at a time, right? One day at a time, and just continue to grow, right? We've had other conversations. Continue to put yourself around people that push you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even physically, if that's your thing. Put yourself around people that make you better. But at the end of the day, the most important thing in this situation is outlining that plan. Because at the end of the day, right, you go home with you and you got to look at you, and you can't cheat you. You can't ever cheat you. You can cheat me, right? You can tell me till you blue in the face, hey, yeah, I got it, this is happening. Or you can tell your girlfriend or your boyfriend, or social media, right? People treat social media all the time. But when you really see them in person, right, are they really happy? Are they really winning? Are they really doing what they said that they were doing? Maybe yes, and if so, great, right? And if no, then you know they was faking. You can't trick yourself, man. So outline your plan, put your stuff in order, and then take it one day at a time. And when you do that, you will see that things start kind of falling in line for you, man. As always, guys, I appreciate it. Everybody who listens, who chimes in, who comment, who inbox me, all that good stuff. We'll keep doing it. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, check out my YouTube channel. I'll try to drop a link below if I remember. I'm finna get up out of here. Like I said, I'm at the airport. Finna get ready to fly back down that way. My YouTube channel is, just in case I don't have time to drop a link because I'm getting on a plane, it's Christopher Lawson, How to Hustle the Urban Dollar. Alright, again, that is Christopher Lawson, How to Hustle the Urban Dollar. It's the same message here, so if you listen to it here, then extra kudos for you for going to listen to it again on my YouTube page. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? But I'll see y'all Tuesday, man. Be safe. Have a good weekend. Don't mess up your money. And we'll kick it again Tuesday. And y'all be good. Peace.